great. We're just gonna, so we're recording. Everybody's gotta say got it. So we're just gonna, commissioners, just say your name. We do the roll call. You can start with whoever wants to start, just jump in.
Lamont Smith.
Vida Caldwell Charles.
Rachel Hawkins, SSA Program Manager.
This is just for the commissioners for now, Rachel. So we have Lamont Smith, we have Vida. Who else? Clarence, can you confirm you're present?
Yeah, Majestic Florence, Clarence Glover.
Okay, Pat McCoy, can you confirm? Although we do see.
This is Patricia McCoy. Can you hear me?
We got you. Yep, you're good. Okay, everybody's confirmed. Thanks for that. Well, we are now into the second quarter, if you can believe that. We just want to update you on some things that's going on, and then we're working very diligently on the budget and getting everything uploaded to SharePoint so that we're in compliance. We're gonna just bring up the minutes at this point so that we can review the minutes. This was from first quarter. And then if everybody agrees with the minutes, somebody will motion to accept them, then we'll vote to accept them, to put them in. And then Vida, I will, as the chair, I will have you sign them today, and then we'll upload them to SharePoint, okay? So Charles, just bring the minutes up so we could review them. We'll give this about a 2-minute and a half. Just let me know when you're ready, guys.
So,
Okay,
Okay, we're good? Okay.
I move that the minutes from the last meeting be accepted.
Okay. Can I get a second?
I second that. I, Vida Caldwell Charles, second that motion.
Okay, so the minutes are now accepted. They will be allowed into the body and the record. And so Vida, I will sign them, and then you will get a copy to sign and we'll upload it, okay? Let's go back to the agenda. I can bear most. Okay. So here's what we're going to review today. So we've got the service report, what we're going to be basically reporting out on. And that's going to be talking about the holiday decoration. We don't have a local buy report, but I kept this on the agenda because we do need to basically talk about that. Do we want to keep the same budget of last year? I'm thinking there's some things we may want to change with the local buy. We may want to streamline it. We were looking into some things with some value cards. You're trying to streamline that whole thing. The public art campaign, of what I have to share with you on this one. The corridor report, that would be, did somebody say something? Vita? The corridor report will be provided by Cliff. And then the new business and future plans, there's a ton of stuff there. So let's just drill everything diligently. Let's now go to the service report, Charles. Actually, what you could do is bring up the summary budget. And I just want everybody to look at this. We're still working on this. Our accountant, Mr. William Hughes, just had hip surgery. So he is working though. So we should have, he's looking at all the taxes that in, and he's working with us to see how is this all going to work. Do we have a shortfall? Are we okay? He's working all that out for us as the accountant. Our audit is in, that's all done, but the budget part is what we're focused on now. And so Mr. Hughes is the one who we have a kickoff with. We haven't had that kickoff meeting together, but he's worked at home because he just got out of surgery about, was it 2 weeks ago? Who knows better than that? Cliff, was it 2 weeks ago when he just had a surgery? So it's fairly recent.
About 3 weeks ago.
It was 3 weeks ago, right?
So there was a moment when he wasn't taking any calls. We were like, oh no, it's right on budget time, but he's definitely going to jump and does the that he always does. So we're going to be fine. But here's what we did last year, what was signed in by our commissioner chair, Vita. This is what we did last year. So it's not going to be drastically different from this because the money isn't drastically. So that's kind of where we are. We'll probably have to have a special budgetary meeting when Mr. Hughes what he has be early next week and he submits back, and then we will have to call a special meeting so you guys can review it. Okay. But I just want to show you guys where we were. Just kind of remembering what we did last year, last budget. So now let's go back to the service report. And guys, at any time you want to say something, you want to add, this is the moment. I don't want to make it sound like I'm talking at you or to you. This is a shared conversation. So I just want to make sure that that feeling is understood. Okay, so let's go to the second page. Yeah. So on April 27th, we had a mix and mingle. It was very successful. We do have a full report, but what I want to do is I want to provide you with a report with pictures. So we're still working on that. And then I will share that with you. And if you have any ideas on how to make our mix and mingles better, just ideas, do share. But it's pretty tried and true. We Taste of Chatham, we have the live music, and then we have the latter part of the evening is when Melinda gets and she addresses the crowd. And it was a beautiful evening. Yeah. So thanks for everyone that did participate and that was a part of this. So what you're looking at is the flyer. And then what we did this year is we did short message, like basically text. We text it out as well. And so that's what the smaller one is. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, which is advertising motion. So, there is a marketing plan that's underway. Rachel, I noticed, did start a marketing plan, and we're gonna really add to that. One of the things that, as you guys know, that we were doing starting last year is we're doing the business of the month. And so, of course, all of our commissioners, we want all of our to be a business of the month. So Pat, we want to be next, but we want to talk to you to figure out how do we promote the help at home business? Maybe we promote the workers and the workforce development that you're doing there. We want to have a conversation with you. We don't want to leave you out, but all the commissioners have already been business of the Lamont was April, and you'll see his flyer a little bit when we scroll down. But just yesterday, we had our member meeting, and Solo Beauty is the business of the month for June. And May was Alana's boutique. All these businesses are within the SSA, of course. Okay. And what we do, we put this on social. We do email blasts, and then we have our business members also, we ask them to share among their networks. So there's a lot of sharing going on. Okay, so let's scroll. So because Alana is a boutique and it was Mother's Day, she got the Mother's Day publication stuff too, which she did very well, she told us, because of this. And then there is Susan Skillet, his flyer for April, for business of the month for April. Okay, so every year, basically that's what we're gonna do especially for our commissioners. And then we're also gonna do some special promotions and publications for the SSA businesses, and then little added things for the commissioners around the holiday season. We've got some stuff we want to do. Okay, let's scroll. Any questions on that? No? Okay. Oh, this is the new Cook County Land Bank executive director, Jessica Caffrey. If you have any issues with your property, your land, a problem building, anything of that nature, we have a good relationship and rapport with Jessica, and just let us know. But we just want to let you know that who she was as well. Let's scroll. Keep going. Okay. So we're still in advertising. So this has to do with the promoting. So yeah, what we will be doing, and it's kind of hard to find the students, but we want to go hard and bigger on social, but we wanted somebody to establish the architecture. And so that's what we're working on now, so that we'll have a calendar for social media, so that we're not playing by ear and building the plane as we fly it. Like, we already know what's going to happen in April, what's going to happen in May. So we're setting that up now. Okay. All right. Public way aesthetics. Cliff, did you want to add anything about the planters and the plants that you guys had added?
Yes, I had the florist put flowers in front of both of the old and the ex-alderman, because by the time she was ready to install the flowers, he was still in office. So we have a new alderman, and when this location gets up, I don't think we're gonna put none inside of that mall. If I'm not mistaken, that's where you're going, correct,
Okay.
Mr. Hall?
Thank, yeah.
So we don't put planters inside that. We're gonna keep them at the location that they are. Well, we're not gonna move those no way. So And I got pictures of them things. You know what, Jennifer? I got them on my phone too. I could listen to them to you. I don't know why I went in that way. I apologize. I cut the conversation last night. And not just the planners, they repaved 75th Street. They did from St. Lawrence to King Drive on 75th Street. Actually, they still working on that now. And they did every walkway from King Drive to Cottage Grove on the south side of the street, which is basically where Chatham ends and on the north side where Park Manor begins. So that was a good thing to see because that did they fix them all? No. They fixed the crosswalks and the walkways. I wish they would have did the entire block, the entire block, but they didn't do it. So we have those to look forward to. We need to do something about those planners on 75th Street. The CF Alderman Harris still want them because we had gave them to her years ago. Then the pandemic hit. So no, I'm lying. New Alderman, Mayor came in play. They couldn't move them like she wanted to. So we need to revisit that. So we get those things move. They just too bulky to be on 75th Street, if you ask me.
Okay. Okay. What can you tell us about the banners?
The banners are they raggedy. We had a banner that came loose about a month ago. Mr. Willis called me about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and I met him right in front of Mr. Hughes' tax business. It was within our SSA. The bottom piece is real heavy metal that holds that banner together, and it was loose. So the next day we climbed up there and we cut it loose so it wouldn't fall and hit either a window, a car, or a pedestrian that's walking past. But our banners need to be changed out. We need to get some new ones. They are raggedy. They've been up there for 10, almost 12 years now. The weather has took a extremely bad toll on them. So they need to be changed out. We need to visit that soon.
We need to.
Yeah. It's everybody else putting their banners up, but we don't have none up to say SSA 51.
And so I can design them. I design this type of stuff. I can put some designs forward. But we do have relationships with Bannerville and some other people who can give us a very, very deep discount on the installation. So we'll because we need to do that.
So on that note, since you said what you just said, and I'm holding you to this, if we have a relationship with them and can get a discount, we need to look into buying the big reefs, the candles, the Santa Clauses, the stars, the snowflakes, so we can hang them on the poles during the holiday season. And we need to jump on that like ASAP too.
Right. So you will see when we scroll down, when we get to the decor, you'll see that that's exactly where I'm going with that.
Right.
In fact, they could even do holiday banners and then switch out the holiday banner back to there's all kinds. The holiday banner looks really good. We did that.
I don't know if our commissioners, especially our commissioner on 85th Street or 84th, want a banner. They probably want a holiday decoration. I'm assuming they're two different things.
You'll see.
Okay, then all right. Hey, I'm just asking.
Festive for sure. Right. I agree. But let's continue on. This is good. We're now at holiday decorations. So the run time would be starting November, which means we need to have them in possession by the second or the third week of, well, really the second week of October. Already going into July. So you can see where the time is zipping away.
Right.
So let's scroll let's scroll. Oh, can you access that link? Can you scroll back? Can you yeah, and then I want to show the commissioners what the poll, well, actually,
I like them.
this link is just to our website, actually.
I like them.
But the banners is that picture that you just saw, which was a holiday banner. Yeah, we actually, no, this is not good. Oh, but this is a website that I am speaking to them, and they're also another option for us. I like them because they the double banner. Let's go back now and look at, you see that season greetings banner with the wreath? That's an option. That's a unit. Yeah. But you got the stockings, you see the banners?
Yeah.
You know, whatever we want to do, but I'm gonna put together something that is priced reasonable. Now let's scroll up some more, because I think the most reasonable thing for actually, let's scroll, because we already have a 30-inch wreath. You see the wreaths? All we now have to do is get a humongous bow. We can attach it to the wreath, and then we get the pole brackets, and then get Bannerville to help us attach this to the poles, double-sided, because we have so many. And it will look really nice. So this is
that does look nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That look real nice.
So guys, the only thing we would need to do in this case is to get a bracket and a bow. We already have the wreaths. So Cliff, let's do the numbers on the poles, but we don't need to do every pole.
Yeah. I map it out. I do the logistics on it.
Okay.
You have it by Friday.
Okay.
Well, have it by, give me till Saturday.
Okay.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey,
Melinda.
how's it going?
How are you? I just want to ask a question. Do we have any pricing on there? Is it within our budget? Jennifer, you have any idea? You just shopping?
The bows, so we will go with Bill Duran through Clarence, and the bows are reasonable. So we'll get like a slightly fancier bow because we already have the wreaths.
And will they put that red sort of, I don't know what this is. Will they take our wreaths and sort of do this, something with the red thing in there?
Well,
So are we doing this attaching one piece, or are we gonna be?
right. So Bannerville, who does this, they actually told me that they do this. They will take the so we need to get a permit, or what is it, a zoning permit, and to add this to the poles, the street poles, and they do all the permitting process. They do everything because this our partner through the Art Institute. So it's a bracket, and they attach this basically the wreath to the bracket, and it can withstand heavy gusts and all that stuff. And they do it all. The only thing we would have to do is attach the bow to the wreath, because we already have the wreath and the bows aren't on the wreath yet. I think we should get a nicer bow. Yeah.
So we can mix them up. We can buy, because we don't have enough wreaths for every pole. So we can buy some like this already.
Yes.
And then it's okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
The only difficult part of this is not difficult. It's just, we just gotta just do the legwork, is to get Bannerville to do the permitting, zoning permit, so that we can add it to the pole, and then buy the bracket that goes with that. And they know how to do it all, though. We just have to execute that.
Yeah, I remember. I just know they're kind of expensive, but we'll get the numbers and see, but so we'll see, because we gotta, you know, I agree, we gotta do something, or I know the commissioners want to make sure they do something.
If we like the wreath idea, I think we could go in that direction really fast.
I think we
like the wreath
should. We should
idea.
probably just stick with what we have. What do you all think?
Okay.
You just expound on it.
I agree with that one. Because trying to
Yeah.
get Christmas decorations right now, probably everybody and their mother are put in the order right now. And they do have them, they're gonna go up on the price. They gonna really get up there. Because it's going on, like you said, July.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
coming up soon.
We have Bill Duran. We got that relationship, so we will get it done. But yeah, sooner the better. Yeah. Then your pickings go down too if you wait too late.
Well, are we looking for a better bow than they had last year or
Yes,
the
sir.
same?
Yes.
We're looking for
Yes.
a bow that has more
Yes.
form. The bow was beautiful. Now, don't get me wrong, because it was real velvet. And that's what made people take them, I think. Yeah. But now it's
Good velvet.
yeah. Now, everybody, another option would be a candy cane look, but I think the bows is a better option.
Mm.
Bows could be, that's actually a wrap. It's a sticky wrap that clings. And so it's very easy to install. It's like really simple, but
Mm.
And who's gonna take it off? We are,
Yeah.
we gotta take it off if we put it up.
yeah.
Mm.
Throw it away, when you're done with it. Whereas the wreath and the bow be something we would keep.
Okay.
I mean, I
So
don't
that
see anything
makes your
wrong with doing a
budget for next
combination,
year.
but you gotta figure out who's gonna go up there and wrap that thing around, and then you gotta pay them to take it down.
Well, what we would do is we wouldn't necessarily go on over. You see how that has a gooseneck? We would just do the pole up to where the
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you all should just check with the city too, because
Yeah.
if it's sticky stuff on their pole or something else, they might
Yeah,
have,
they have a fit.
they might have a fit. So tell them you
Yeah,
wanna
Right.
check
Lord.
some stuff and see what they say.
They did it in Beverly when I was driving up 95th, Yeah.
I'm just
They-
saying, check with the city and just get approval.
Okay. Yeah, we're working with Bannerville on that because they basically they're out there every day doing this stuff.
Yeah, so you probably can, I mean, you have to do all the poles, but it looks nice. It might help.
Mm-hmm.
Might
Mhm.
help too.
Okay, we'll do something special for the commissioners anyway. I know Vita and Mr. Charles, they love the garland and stuff, so then maybe there's some things we can do with bows or something. Okay, so I think that's the conclusion of the Christmas decor. Facade improvements, we don't have any applications in, but if anybody knows of anyone or wants to do something, let us know. It's always an option.
But if we
Mhm.
might have to get a flyer together and have the SSA guys
Right.
deliver about the
screw it out. Right,
facade
right, right.
applications, because we only have money for 5 or something a year. And, you know, usually we have a pretty good pipeline, so. Did all the commissioners use it already once, at least? Lamont, did you all use it?
No, we didn't use it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You don't need anything?
You know what? We was looking into the what's that? The over the store, the
awning.
awning. Yes, thank you.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Well, why don't we do that? Because, people as commissioners, what looks outside your storefront, and then if you can attribute it to the side program, it would probably attract more people. Like if they say, oh, that awning is nice. You can say, oh, you in the SSA, you can get one too.
Right. We attempted to do it, but I think the landlord, we was trying to get it to cover the whole building.
Was it that Chinese? Is it that Chinese guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Right, so,
Well, if he do the whole building, that means you just have to do 3 applications, because isn't it 3 storefronts?
Oh, okay.
it's 3 storefront,
Yeah, so he
Right.
would just have to, and I mean, he could do it, it would just have to be 3 storefronts,
okay.
or however
But
many
now,
it was.
Oh, good.
don't you have to have a license from the city to have an awning over the side that extends over the sidewalk?
And you just gotta get a permit to hang it, and you gotta, submit the specs and everything of what they putting up, and it has to just make
And-
sense to be
And we
safe.
have a brochure, facade brochure that we would give to the vendor. It limits the colors so that we don't have crazy colors, and they know the
Mhm.
sizes that the city
We need to
permits.
set
So
up
we would give that to the awning vendor, and he would have to come, his options that he would present would have to come within those parameters.
Okay. Well, we'll most definitely revisit it,
Okay,
Okay.
most definitely.
We will get, maybe, we'll get some type of communication out there for people to be aware of it.
Lamont, do you just want to give him a call and ask him, does he wanna
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
want us to help to do the application? And then that'll be three applications we'll have in.
I
And we can go
will.
directly to him, and then we'll get some communication with some other people too and see.
If he don't wanna do it, I'll do it specifically for my store.
Okay,
But
Right.
we did want all the stores to be in uniform though.
right.
Looks
That's
best.
a
They all
good
have to
look.
be, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, great stuff. So the next item, I didn't know, Cliff or Melinda, do you guys want to chime in on sort of like we got this started, but then it's still sort of in a pending status for the AGB?
So, the reality of it is, and I think we've talked about this before, the security is kind of tough. Thanks, sorry for someone. So what we are offering as part of the safety initiative, we're gonna do free business consultations on cybersecurity so that the businesses can protect the customers and their information through transactions. They're going to help do assessments with the businesses to see if there's any vulnerability in terms of compromising information, how, anything that can relate to fraud and preventive measures that can be taken under that cybersecurity umbrella. So we sent the AGB the list of our businesses and their industry so they can separate sizes and know who to present to what, because this isn't a one size fit all. Some businesses are bigger, just so that they're aware of it, how it works, how to help prevent people from getting their credit card information, including employees, and making sure your customers are not vulnerable to being compromised or a data breach. So
Okay.
that's what our safety program is gonna look like.
Sounds good.
Good.
The aggression sensor program, we couldn't get it. Vendors were
No,
saying
right.
because of the noise, it would be, they felt it would do too many false alarms. Setting it up on buildings according to them might create some problems. So it just seemed like, it wasn't, the pilot part was not working. And that was just, I think we chose the busiest corner over there on 79th Street. And it wasn't, the traffic we were picking up was not what we were looking for. It had more car and truck traffic. We were trying to monitor people traffic and gatherings, not highway and horns. And as you know, this program best works in prisons where it's more contained and they can monitor aggression. The outside elements sort of compromised. We just didn't know if it was be financially prudent to move forward with it and make the investment.
Sounds good. That's where we are with that. Do you have some reports? We're putting together a vacant building report. After the pandemic and everything is settled down, we really have even more vacancy. So we're tackling that by first identifying the buildings that are empty or buildings that, someone's in the building, but who's the owner? We don't know who the owner is, stuff like that. So, we have the occupant and then we have the owner. So we're putting together a report that's going to identify that so that we can identify who is really in the corridor now, 2023. So we will be sharing that when we're wrapping that up. It is a very, very dirty job. We got to really dig in the weeds to find out who owns the buildings, So we're finding that out. And then when we do find that out, the whole idea is, and Rachel did put this together, a marketing plan for the real estate so that, the more taxes we have, the more revenue we can put toward things that we want to do in our SSA, right? So can you access this link and we can just sort of share what she started or
And
what
she
she
is
put
here.
together?
She can see if you want to.
If she wants to, yeah.
I'm in her
trying
office.
to-
I mean, she can.
Hold up, actually.
So they got it. This is what they can see.
Yeah, so if you just scroll down, Charles, right there, I'll stop. Basically, I just want to highlight this image because majority of what I've been putting together has been assisted by AI. And so this is actually an image of the corner of 75th and Cottage, where there's that abandoned building. But if you look to the right, I've regenerated it as if it's not all boarded up. And so I did that because this is of course, we're going to be talking to potential investors in the corridor. So I just wanted to show you, like, this is the image I want, people to really associate with our corridor, and not a bunch of vacant, abandoned building, but opportunities for investment. So if you just scroll down, I have a variety of different things I covered: the comprehensive market research approach. Once again, this is just a proposal. Then branding and positioning, just how to develop our brand identity. One of my ideas has to do with a plan that compares the infamous Area 51 in New Mexico to SSA 51, and just kind of playing upon, that reputation of the mysteries and unknown things that come to this world, and then bringing out the treasures that we have in our corridor. If you want to scroll down a little bit more, then just engaging collateral and online presence. Jennifer already spoke a little bit about this earlier, but we're just going to expound upon how much we're going to leverage our social media to impact how well known we are. Targeting the outreach and the partnerships, like we spoke a little bit yesterday about partnering with different organizations and community leaders to bring out some of the elements of Chatham, including the Mahalia Jackson folks and, Chance the Rapper folks, things like that, bringing out those arts and those cultural elements. If you continue to scroll, you'll see the investment incentives and assistance. And so just looking at more grants being available to the SSA business owners, and also showcasing success stories. So this actually brings that people element, to our corridor, and speaking to our business owners, and, like Chef Lamont and Mr. Glover, everybody who's here, just showcasing you and talking about your business and how much pride you actually have in being here. Then of course, data-driven decision-making. A lot of this is going to be, we're going to develop this with the CSU students in the fall when they come. They're actually going to take our database and they're going to expand upon what we need to understand about our corridor business-wise, so that we can actually leverage the facts with what we can project into the future to bring back revenue into the area. And if you want to continue to scroll down, I think I'm towards the end. Community engagement, of course, and public relations. This comes into the back to school, events and things that always come up, our Santa, thing that we do in the winter, and whatever else we want to, implement into this idea and this concept. Just to drive forth, of course, we have the IDA tour that's coming up in October. We're trying to drive this so that, people know who Chatham is, where it is, and who we are, as a group, as an organization, also just as a community. So yeah, that's pretty much what I came up with so far. But of course, I'm just, this is just from my perspective, but coming together with what's already been done, through the CBA, I know it's going to be an amazing, outcome.
I just want to add one other thing. CBA, which is separate from the SSA, but we did find the need to create a CDC, which is called a Community Development Corporation. We are a partner on the project right now in Alderman Mitchell's ward for the 79th Street Exchange with Leon Walker to do condos and housing there. And we're doing that to generate revenue in the CDC. Our ultimate goal with the CDC, going back to, Jennifer and Rachel constantly talking about the vacancies, and we do have an alderman, not that we never had one before, but I do think he seems to be very committed to filling up vacancies. Not that, again, no one wasn't before, but he's young, he's eager, and that's what he wants to do, and we're glad to hear that. But we have, the CDC will allow us to take possession of vacancies, sort of vanilla box it, and then remarket it through the SSA, which is important because sometimes small business owners can't see the vision through vacancies to rent and to buy in the area. It will also help us through the CDC to address issues, water bills that are behind, things that a seller traditionally may just walk away from. But as us being a delegate agency, we can hone in on that property. And then there are some advantages. CDC is like a not-for-profit that does real estate development. It's a 501c3. So there are things we can still do with the land bank and other things to help. Again, we've got to inventory the vacancies. We're going to have to market them and pick businesses to bring over here. And we're doing that based on that data-driven information of who's spending what in the area. So, you don't want to bring, I don't know, a locksmith if nobody's changing locks. That's a bad example because I'm sure we could use a locksmith. But, we want to make sure where the people who are already spending money, but slightly leaving our community, what they're spending it on, so that we can either identify those businesses here or make sure we got a plan to fill it in. So that's what we are now. We're waiting to see if we got the We Together grant, because again, we need that infusion of cash to get it operated, and we'll submit some other grants, but we really created it just so that we can address this vacancy and revitalization in Chicago State to look. We've also asked Chicago State students to look at if a business, no matter what the business is, food, services, how does it fit into the whole regional thing, so that we can give businesses plans on, there's opportunity here, there's more opportunity here to connect, so that, we can keep our businesses that are in business center corridor, give them some more diverse contract options that they may not know about.
Okay. Yeah, Chicago State, CSU, they are going to be providing us those students in the fall. And so that's really going to push that whole effort forward with the vacant buildings, and then thus the marketing plan with the data-driven databases that they build. We'll know a lot more based on that. Okay, so let's go back to the service report. Let's see where we are. I think it's going to go, we have a lot of new things to talk about as well. So, so that's the new alderman. If you haven't met him already, that's for the 6th Ward, Will Hall. He recently spoke at our member meeting, and he does have an agenda for business. So we're looking forward to seeing that. Let me go back to the agenda. Where is it? Cliff, you keep popping up in my agenda. There he is. Okay. I can't see my agenda. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay.
Now we can't see it now, but it just went off, but
Yeah. Is the agenda up?
it was, but it just went
No, it
down.
was gone. There you go.
Computers. Okay. I'm sorry. I need the service report. Sorry about that. Yeah. So we can scroll. Yeah. My is it up? Because I can't see it.
Yeah, the next thing is the quick reference funding guide. I think it's a link to it. Do you want him to hit the
Okay.
link?
Yeah, just hit the link. And what I wanted to share with the commissioners is we're always intentional in not just keeping you where you are, but sending you off and planning for what's next, right? So the facade program, gets you something, but maybe you want to go bigger in your business. Maybe there's something that you want to do more. So what we're saying is this quick reference funding guide not only allows you to get prepared for a better credit or another line of credit, or a loan or another piece of real estate, but it also helps you grow your business on the day-to-day. Maybe you just need to find out, maybe you heard a term and you just need to read up on it. So this is that quick reference guide, and it's all centered around funding and money. So this also gives you a breakout of different types of lenders and different types of access to capital. Banks aren't the only game in town. So we give you this quick matchup table with, so for example, the C3 fund, that's strictly real estate. If you want to fix and flip something, go to the C3 fund. But of course, BMO is there. We're going to add Fifth Third and PNC as well, because they are more in alignment with a BMO, like a bank. But there's lots of ways to deliver funding and access to capital to small businesses. So this is what this guide is there to do. It's sort of telling you how to get your credit right, the things to do, and that, really the loan process starts. It could be 2 years or 6 months prior to you getting the money. So we just want to get people ready for that. This is an ebook that we put together. And this came off of the heels of a member meeting where we had all of these lenders in one room talking about their programs and their products and all these things. Access for community business is another one. They have probably the most user-friendly loan, a $2,500 loan. They're just going to give it to you. So there's lots of things going on. We just want to make sure everybody's aware. So that's what that is. And I encourage you to share that with, family, friends, other business people that who could use it, because it is an ebook. So just once you have the website, you can always just access it from your phone. We will be printing some versions out. I want the bigger team to look at it. We may need to add some stuff, but it will be in the coming months, probably before the year end, we'll have a hard copy. But for now, it's a scannable. It's an ebook that you can read online. So enjoy. Enjoy that. Let's go to the next item. Can you scroll? I can't scroll. Our Zoom is kind of acting a little funky here. Okay. And then you can expand it. Can you make it bigger? Okay. So I wanted to bring everybody up to speed on what we're doing here. As you know, the Walmart closed, and when they closed, they invited a very select few to basically be granted the academy that's on the Walmart parking lot site. And so, of course, Chatham Business Association was one of 8 or one of 7 organizations that was offered to reply to an RFI. So we replied to that RFI. If you want to look, if you can open that link, we can share with the commissioners what we presented. And
And
the
we
reason why,
can, if for time's sake, if you want to, guys, we can look at that later. It's
yeah,
I think
I
she'd
just,
bring you up to date on what CBA is doing. It's not in the
yeah,
SSA, but if it
but
does,
this
we
is
have a
where we
bigger
would,
home for training our businesses
and where
and
we'd have the commissioner meetings as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but we can move on because we are kind of up against the clock here. The state of Illinois, this is another link that we can provide to you, that you will have it. This is the State of Black Business Survey. This was basically explaining what's going on, and this is going to be, it's on the heels of a $40 million accessible grant money that's coming, but we'll have more to come on that. We'll provide this link to you as well. But this is a very interesting survey finding.
thank you.
But again, Chicago State was a part of the survey that was put together. Choose Chicago Neighborhood Tourism Convention. So I attended this convention. This was the second annual, and really this is people trying to get the communities ready for the Obama Library and for the Democratic Convention. So Chatham is ready. Chatham is up to the task, but of course there's still work to do. But I did attend this, and this is also going to be on the heels of another thing that's you'll read further down, the International Downtown Association. We were it was an option, and I submitted, and then we were allowed to be on the tour for the International Downtown Association. So 48 people from around the world that are part of SSAs and these types of special districts from all over the world, they're going to be coming to Chatham. And that's special because they're going to be on a bus. We're going to take them around Chatham. We're going to give them a little swag bag goodie box. We're going to end the tour at the Mahalia Jackson Court. They're going to get out. They're going to have probably, in working with the Department of Planning and working with GCI, they'll probably have some more coffee or something there at that point, and then they'll get on the bus and they'll go right back downtown. So that's going to be October 6th, and we want to make the corridor pop on this day. I don't know if we're going to do balloons. I don't know what we're going to do, but we really want to make it a welcoming feeling, like it was intentional, that we knew that they were coming, and we want to wow them. We want Chatham to be remembered. So we're going to have a directory and the swag bag. And then, if you guys have some more ideas, definitely share. Okay.
We are going to have each business, the swag bag is going to contain something from each business.
Yeah.
It'll be one food item. We'll provide the packaging, but if you could start giving some thought about what, it could be a gift certificate, a discount to your business, I don't know, flour, whatever, we can package it so that they get a really nice momentum that goes to the directory of all the businesses within SSA 51.
Right. And that's where your technology comes into play, because they may not order it that day, but they may order it for Christmas, or they may order it later. So we can have everybody ready to do some type of web something. Maybe that could be something, because we want everybody to be involved and to participate and to grow and to benefit from this. Also, we have the Art Institute. They've given us free tickets. So if you want to go to the Art Institute now through December, let me know. This one is just one. So you see, it does have the barcode. So each ticket is unique because the barcode will have to be scanned. But she gave me 30, but she asked, do you need more? I was like, yeah, maybe I need more. But I don't want to just take more and then don't use them, because then no one would be able to use them. So, but if you guys want some, you want to say, Jennifer, give me 10, 5, whatever, I will get those to you to go to the Art Institute. Okay. I think we are coming on the last part of our meeting that I wanted to share. So now this, scroll down a little bit, actually. Well, I can just tell you what it is. This is a partnership with Northwestern that we are embarking on. We don't have the partnership yet, but they came to us, and I see no reason why we would say no to free art in the corridors. So let's show them. You can just keep scrolling up now. So some of the art is temporary, some of the art is permanent, but they're looking for places. This is the artist that's going to be doing the art. And next, actually, it's a team. Some of it is indoor, most of it is outdoor. Yeah.
Charles, can I ask you a quick question? The spokes can't meet while we're on this call. Is that true or false?
That's true.
Okay, all right, thanks. Continue, I'm sorry, keep going.
So you see that brick wall? Look at that brick wall. I mean, this is really nice stuff that they're trying to do. And my only issue is, we have a lot of vacancies. We do have a lot of walls, but those walls eventually may not be walls. Like someone may try to change them or something. So I'm concerned about that. But overall, though, they're opportunities for art. Yeah, this was in the museum. I think whatever that says. Keep going. I think that was it. My phone keeps.
Oh,
So
Jennifer, what is that on the glass doors? Is that an option for art to be on a glass door?
that's an option for art, and you can see through it.
Okay.
Hmm,
Yeah.
that's
So
nice.
so Clarence, I thought of
Maybe
you
we
for
should look
that.
at that.
Yeah.
For the
Pick one
closed
of these
visit.
things as opposed to see what they have and see who's interested, because that looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jennifer.
Yeah. Okay. I'm live now. My microphone was turned off. So yeah, so that's really neat stuff. And we're still trying to work out the whole lighting thing, but quite frankly, the lighting thing can't really come into play in terms of safety and beautification until the vacancy report and we get an idea of who owns what and all this stuff, because that involves electricity. But that is the report that we have so far. Oh, one more thing. And maybe Rachel can chime in. She did attend the forum, and there are some updates there, I know, regarding going live and in person. They want
Yeah.
these meetings to be in person.
Correct. So as of now, we are back to in-person commissioner meetings. The open meetings are now going to be in person, required to be in person because the pandemic, all that is done with. So right now we're just gonna be confirming a location for that moving forward. And as soon as we have everything confirmed, we will notify you all.
So the dates, already set on the SSA, so please add them to your calendar. We'll send you reminders. We obviously gonna have to do food, and we'll just be reconvening again in person for the very next meeting.
And when is that next meeting, Charles?
August 9th.
So I think we gave you a lot to think about. There's just a lot going on, and but we're definitely excited about what will be coming down the pike, especially with the art and then with the vacancies. Some sort of marketing plan for that, and then when the students come in the fall, it's going to be perfect timing. So it's coming
Jennifer.
together. Yeah.
With that art, we got to find out who owns the building. Does the owner still owns the building, or does Land Bank own that building? Because we just can't pop up art on a building without notifying somebody. I hear you saying It looks good. I agree with you, but we got to find out who, what, and why.
What building are you referring to?
Any building that's vacant, sweetie.
Oh, of course. That goes without
Yeah.
saying.
I
Yeah.
just, well, actually, you
Which is
got to say
why,
it.
which is why I said the vacancy report is critical because that's going to identify the who. The vacancy report is critical to the mission because we really can't do anything with these zombie buildings. They're just
You know,
sitting there and we got to do something with them. We
We
can't,
got those vacancies already, sweetie.
But I
But we
think
need
the
to know
point is
who
this,
owns them.
the art, I think we narrowed it down to that, to the doors, and we probably only work with existing,
Yeah.
someone who's
Right.
already
That's a
in there.
start.
Because vacant, you just want to get
Yeah.
it ready for the next person
Right.
without any interruption and, let them do their thing.
Mhm.
And
So I
then we
think that's
also
where
have
she was just giving us options
Mhm.
about, and I think she said she had some hesitancy about messing with the wall. So
Exactly. Yeah. And then there's
Mm.
banners, there's billboards. They're willing to do all this stuff for free.
But I think we
So
should look at the etchings on the door, see what businesses might be interested in to see through the art. That would look nice.
Yeah, that'll be real nice.
Yeah, and leave the rest of the stuff for another season.
okay.
Cause
Okay.
I done seen some buildings before wearing about, they put art in the building to make the building look like the potential of what you can do with the
Right.
place. And that will work with
Right.
the landlord because he say, hey, if we put art in there and make it look like, say, a restaurant, and they draw pictures of restaurant equipment or a diner or whatever, or a business, a medical center, and make it look like a business and put art in there, it gives you the potential to say, man, I can see the vision for this now.
Yeah, and with
Yeah.
the CDC, we can take over either lease or whatever, whitewash it down and really add stuff like that to make it marketable. Just see, who we can get to. You got to make it look good for somebody to want it.
Mhm.
South Shore did it.
Exactly.
It's a bank on 71st and Jeffrey. South Shore did it. That
Mhm.
bank that closed down on the corner.
Uh-huh.
They put artwork for that entire building. It looks great.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yep, it's right on the corner. You couldn't miss it.
It brings a lot of hope to it, and
Yes, it
than
does.
just a abandoned building, and give you some pleasant to look at.
It gave the building a lot of flavor. Because it was
Mhm.
just, one of them old colonial buildings that was sitting there. And they art that entire building from the 71st side to the 70th side going on Jeffrey. It looks real good. You get time, go by there and take a peek at it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All great stuff. So does anybody have anything they wanted to add or share?
Mhm.
If not,
I seen some nice art up north, and I like what they did in the crossroad. And they paint whatever type of murals on the ground.
Oh yeah.
oh,
They
right.
Yeah.
and it's on the crosswalk. I was like, man, we can do a black family on the ground. So when
Uh-huh.
you cross the street on 79th Street, while you're looking down instead of looking up, give you
Uh-huh.
something inspirational to look at. Say, hey,
Yeah.
this is a black community, and we got black faces on the ground when we cross the street.
Yeah, and
That
our
would be nice.
partners on the west side, Malcolm Crawford, you should see the emblems. They elected to go for these like the banners that are made of iron when you're going through the driveways and stuff. And they came with some pretty interesting, they put out an RP, had options, and that looked pretty nice too. More nicer than I thought it would, consider with metal and everything could look intrusive, but it may be, maybe we should look at it all and come up with our plan and put money in the budget for it so that we do it.
That's indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. Yep. All good
Awesome.
stuff. So I think we had a good meeting here, everybody. Does anybody have anything to add or share?
Mm.
If not, it is 1:20. And we can conclude the meeting. If we don't have anything to add or share, we can give people the balance of their day.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to adjourn the meeting now and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, and thanks for joining, commissioners. See you in August.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, indeed. Bye-bye.